So, how many people should actually be unalived? Lives must be destroyed until we realize that there's a lot of bullying that is taking place. What will it take for us and as South Africans to recognize that we have a right and our rights are protected by the Constitution, that we use road transportation as a choice of a mode of transport? What should it take for people to understand that when I choose to be in the bus, it is the decision based on convenience and affordability, blah, blah, blah. So my name is Isaac. This is an episode where I'd want to talk to you about the ongoing bullying that we've been seeing from the taxi industry. And I'm saying this comfortably because I have had the opportunity to listen to the president of Santaco. I have had the opportunity to listen to the National Taxi Alliance. I now come here with some level of authority because I now know mischief. I now know when people are taking us for a ride. I now know that there are those who are mining our fear. We have exposed our fear for far too much, for far too long, and there are people who are taking advantage of our fear, and we have allowed them. We have allowed people who don't have authority, who are just employees, to take us out of vehicles that we chose to board. They took us out of a whether it's private, whether it's an Uber, but we've allowed the taxi drivers, the taxi marshals, the taxi patrollers to bully us. I've had an opportunity. So I've been in and out of Soweto. I was on the ground when the deceased, the occurrences and all the situation that had to do with the unaliving of the Uber driver in Soweto. I was there on the same day. I was there the next day. But I have also been following up with a number of these associations. Let's make it clear today. No one has a right to tell us which mode of public transport to use. No one has a right to take us out of this vehicle. There shouldn't be any confusion about it. For the longest time as South Africans, we have just chosen to be quiet, even when people were taking advantage of us. We've chosen to be quiet, even when people these are just employees, by the way. When the employees were saying that you are my person, but e-hailing companies, you are taking my person, you are taking our customers, you are taking... Who said I'm your person? Who said I'm your customer? Who said? Who said that at the time when I choose to ride in an e-hailing car, the other option was to choose you? Who said that? I think it's time that we clarify this thing, that South Africans must take their right. Your right, you must claim it back because it is gone. Now, the owners of the business, the employers, through associations have spoken. Santaco and NTA have spoken, and government has spoken to say that we should not allow these guys to do this anymore. But there's a big question that we need to answer. One of the most important things that the president of Santaco said in the recent media conference, he said, he knows, and as the Association of Employers, they know that you guys as passengers and you and I siyahlukumezeka in the taxis. They know it. They also know that we have chosen to be quiet because we don't even trust them. That you will go to the taxi rank to go and report. He said, the president said himself, we know that people will be victimized for the second time when they come to the taxi ranks to come and report these issues. They know it. But he's actually saying that we have created offices. There are public relations offices that we've also, part of their responsibility, we've created them to be able to hear you out as commuters so that you can give us feedback about your experience and we can try and improve. But in the process of doing that, it is understood that people are victimized again. Government has no formal place where we can complain and go and speak about taxi XXH021. They don't have a place like that. The industry itself does not have that. And I must appreciate that the National Taxi Alliance has a national hotline, a toll-free number that they have. It has been going on for years, but people are not using it, and they are not using it for the right reasons. So the conversation that we're having today is the conversation that we've been talking about, and I think when we started this podcast, we said, because we knew that South Africa requires an independent place where we can complain and be assured that our complaints will be protected, our identity will be protected, but those that are wrong will be brought to book. We've been talking about the Transit Ringas App for the longest time. But we needed to get it to a place where the market is ready. I was in Soweto. I was there. I saw when the unfortunate thing happened. When the taxis were banned, torched. Not too sure if it was by the community or by the e-hailing drivers. But there's a reaction that is coming from South Africans, and generally South Africans are saying it's about time that we do something about this. Here's the problem. We need these taxis. Oh, but Isaac, why do you think we need them? Let me tell you. There are places where only a taxi is available for people to commute either to school or to work, even to church. So we have no opportunity at all of obliterating or removing the taxis from the face of the earth. The only opportunity we have is to hold them accountable. Now I can come here and make you please understand that there are different people or role players in the taxi industry. Majority of the operators or taxi owners are not at the rank. They are not behind the wheel. They have invested in a vehicle and gave it to somebody who is called a driver for that person to give you a service. The behavior of the driver does not represent that of the owner. Yes, I know that there are cases where owners themselves are aware of these things and they encourage them. We know that. But majority of the owners, the official position of the associations or the council of owners, the official position, and that's the only position we're going to hold on to. That's the position from Santaco and the National Taxi Alliance, and that position is rubber-stamped by government. But they said something very important. Santaco said something, the president said something very important. He says that the time has arrived that when these complaints come, we don't even have to be shielding people or trying to represent them. We will have to take them away and remove them from the system because they are misrepresenting and putting this whole industry into disrepute rather. So that's the only thing we can hold on to. But we will have to give them a try. And the only way to give them a try is for us as all South Africans, all of us that are using all modes of public transport, whether it's e-hailing, whether it's a bus, whether it's a taxi, for us to make a decision and make a decision now, today. That next week on Monday, you yourself as a public transport commuter, you are going to pick up your smartphone. You're going to go to Google Play and download the Transit Ringas App. You are going to make a decision that you are no longer going to be part of those that are silent. You are going to download the app because the app is going to enable you to talk about the behavior of the driver discreetly, safely, without anybody seeing you. You're going to go to your Google app and you are going to download this Transit Ringas app, and you are going to consciously make a decision that every trip you take, you are no longer going to put your earpieces and be quiet. You are going to observe the behavior of this person. You're going to look at how he drives, the way he talks to people, the way he cuts other motorists, and you are going to safely report that. That information is going to come into a central point where it's going to be processed. And once it is processed, we will know what we need to do. I want to give you our word as Transit Ringers that there is nobody we will not approach. There's no single person we will not approach. There's no association that we will not approach. Even those that are taking us to courts, we will not be afraid to say something about them. So I think it must be a conscious national decision. The people of Soweto, at some point, the people of Soweto wanted to say that stop the taxis. They told the MEC in my presence, stop all the taxis. And the truth is that we can't afford to stop all the taxis. But we can put them on the line. We can put them on a straight and narrow, especially because the behavior of some of these drivers does not even represent the behavior of all the drivers. There's this wrong thing that we do. We always generalize that every time when there's a taxi driver involved, he must be wrong. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. he must be wrong because he's a taxi driver. The truth is, there are those amongst them that are out there just to make a living for themselves and for their family. And they have no business in victimizing you, harassing you, and bullying you, as we see. We are now taking a stand to say that we are not just going to talk about it. I would want you guys to rather challenge us and say that we've given you the reports. What are you doing with these things? Because the one thing that we need to see, we must see somebody being removed as a result of the records and the reports that are coming from the commuters. We must see them removed from the rank. We must give you the report that Togozisi is now removed. It's no more a taxi driver. It will get there. But for it to get there, it would require you. You can't. Our app it's just as good as the app with the Uber app. It's encrypted. Every information is encrypted. The securities are in place. Anything that's on the stores, you will have it now on Google or on Google Play. I think 7 days from there, you will have it on iOS, which is your Apple. Anyway, 80 to 90%, 85 to 90% of the South African use Android. So we had to prioritize Android. We thought that we would wait for both of them, but no, that problem needs to be resolved now. So it doesn't matter where you are, anywhere in South Africa where you are, Monday morning, Google Play, download Transit Ringas App, log in, register yourself, because you as a person, when you register yourself, you are hiding yourself, but you are giving us the reports. Please don't give us the reports that don't exist. Be genuine, be honest about what your observations are, and we will do what we're supposed to be doing. We will announce in the next couple of days the relationship and how the relationship, once the agreements are signed with the taxi associations, especially Santaco and NTA. E-hailing companies, the council, and the driver organizations, all of them will come on board, because the Transit Ringas app is going to be, I don't care, there might be many other, I don't know what other people are trying, but the Transit Ringas app is the app you must have. Is the app that is going to take you to a whole lot of other places. But for now, we're going to start it by reporting the people that are bullying us and harassing us. Harassment and bullying is big in South Africa. But they have mastered the art that siyasaba. Because siyasaba, you know, so, on our pages, they will insult me, they will tell us, Masitola, shut up. Because there's nothing you're going to do. We are going to call you out. We are going to take you off that wheel if you continue to treat people like they are your kids. We don't owe taxi drivers anything, including the app. You must download it even as a motorist, because some of this behavior, you observe it as you drive behind these guys. Download the app. Uber drivers, e-hailing drivers and operators, money is taken from you all the time. All we need, here's the secret in South Africa, the new secret. The only thing you need to get is a registration number of the vehicle, whether it's a patrolling vehicle, whether it's a taxi, whether it's a bus. Any behavior that you see, you are going to be able to report it. We are choosing that we are no longer going to be victims. We are going to speak out. The app is not going to cost you money. It's free. All those reports that you're going to give us, whether you're going to complain, but you're also going to compliment. When you see a driver doing something good, you're also going to compliment them. But the app is going to cut across all modes of public transport, especially road. And that's going to be a bus, e-hailing, a taxi, and I don't know what else is there. So, and the meter taxis, by the way. So let's stop being victims. We are not going to give up the fight. We are going to give you, there'll be tutorials that we're going to post across all social media platforms. We're going to teach you how to operate the app. Please share that information. Once you have downloaded the app, share it with somebody else because it can't be allowed. Because here's the beautiful thing. Once one driver, one vehicle is reported, remember, we don't know the name of the driver. All we want to know is the registration number of the vehicle. So the new secret in South Africa is that the registration number of that taxi, meter taxi, e-hailing vehicle, whatever it is, whether you take it right at the beginning or at the end of your trip, make sure that the registration number is there, because when you, me, and somebody else, we talk about the registration number, this vehicle is doing this, is doing that, we are able to flag that specific vehicle number, even when we don't know who the driver is, because we will then be able to check it and check who the owner is, and we can report it to the owner, and the owner, not you, us, as Transit Ringas, we will say that we received reports about your vehicle in different times at different places, and this is the behavior. Who is the person driving this vehicle? And the owner will be obliged to give us that information. We can fix it. We just need to snap out of being victims. We can't be. So let's come together. Let's join hands and fix it. The solution is not banning. The solution is they have done what they have managed to extort money from you. Extortion is a criminal offense. They have taken you from one place to the other. They kidnapped you. The president of Santaco said that those actions must be reported to the police because they are kidnapping. You are temporarily removed from your vehicle and you are taken to some taxi rank. That's kidnapping. We must find out who did that, or at least the patrol vehicle, the registration number of that vehicle we must get. So registration number is the new diamond in South Africa. You can do anything else, just get the registration number of the vehicle. At some point, the registration numbers will be, all of them will be on the system. And once you say 05, we will be able to pick it up. But let's get all the registration numbers of all the vehicles, and we will grow with the system. So today I just came here because I am saying I have listened to Santaco and NTA distancing themselves from these barbaric actions zalama driver nama patrollers. Kodwa siyazi ukuthi there are times when these things are done and some of the owners are aware. Because khona lento ebathi is ukugada umsebenzi. Abagada umsebenzi. Some of these actions that they take there, they take them because some of the owners are there. Bafethu siyanicela. Yekelani lo mkhuba wenu. This time, it's not going to be easy because we are going to call you out as an individual. You have managed to bully us as groups. Now we will take you out as an individual. Ebusuku. And give the report about your specific vehicle and come to you alone. And go to the driver alone with the police. Because the mistakes that we always do when it comes to the taxi industry, we always want to go to them and then they come to you as, no, don't do that. Identify who is wrong, because it's not everybody who's wrong. Identify who is wrong, report them to the employer, and if the employer is not doing anything about it, report them to the association. And as the association is not doing anything, we take it to the authorities, and the authorities will ensure that whatever action, if it's criminal in nature, somebody is held accountable. It's our commitment. We are a public transport watchdog. We are playing in the public transport space. We will talk about the behavior of the drivers. We'll talk about the behavior of the operators, the owners. We'll talk about everything that affects public transport, because at the end of the day, you as the commuter must be taken serious and be respected, especially because you're not asking. This service is not given to you for free. We are paying for it. And I don't want you to worry, and I want to say, as I conclude, more information is going to come up on the Transit Ringas app. It is currently on the Google Play, but we would prefer that you start downloading it by Monday so that we are able to welcome you properly. There are those little things that we are busy doing right at the back, but please register yourself, download the app, share it with somebody else. There's a WhatsApp link there, share it with somebody. Let everyone in South Africa from Monday have the Transit Ringas app. Tell us what you see. It might look like complicated in the beginning. Just tell us what you see. Is the taxi roadworthy? Is the driver negligent when they drive? Is the taxi dirty? Is the taxi rank dirty? Do you feel secured when you? We are going to report on all of those things, on the driver, on the operator, on the taxi rank, because all the spaces where us as Black people operate, it is filthy. There's a lot of crime. We are taken advantage of all the time. But we're going to start a campaign from next week, and please stay put, speak to somebody about it, check it out, download it, and share it with somebody so that all of us can have the app. And then we will show you every time we are going to give you reports. MTN taxi rank, this is what's going on. Kali Charesti taxi rank, this is what's going on, because we are going to report you. We're going to tell you what the hotspots are and where the hotspots are, so that we are aware of everything that we are doing. But the driver behavior, it's an essential thing, because that's where people are manhandled. That's where commuters are insulted. Some of them are assaulted. It's coming to an end. We can only achieve it if we do it with you. So I'm going to end it here for today. I just wanted to come here to say that there might be a whole lot of other people trying to, we will do this. No, you need one independent app that is recognized by all associations. We have spoken to big associations, NTA and Santaco, and we've spoken to the e-hailing companies, because we wanted, when your report comes, it should not come as an ordinary report. It must be respected, because it will come to us. We will never give them your name. The report is going to come from us. We will send it to them. They must act on it in terms of the service level agreement that we agree on. We will give them the evidence on the driver who's done something, or we'll give them pictures of a filthy taxi rank. It will never be about you, because we understand what it means if we expose you. Here, in this whole environment, I am the only person who's on the forefront. I am the only person that they will take to courts, the only person that they will call the police on, the only person that they would want to kill and insult. That's okay, but I'll take that for you. I will take it for you, because I know that if you were to do it yourself, they will threaten you and intimidate you, bully you, and you will not be able to say anything. Bring it to me. Anginandaba nabo. In fact, they know. So bring it to me. We will take it forward. And for my people in the Eastern Cape, there's a lot of work that we're still doing in that space. Don't worry. I know that there was an interdict granted against us. You know how these things work. You know. But the truth will always set you free. We've instructed the attorneys. We are looking at various legal avenues, but the fight continues. So we are not going to be intimidated. We are not going to be bullied. It doesn't matter what's your position politically. It doesn't matter who you are. The truth will always come out, because there is nothing that we will ever sit here and say that is not verified. Not once. Every time when we call your name, we will call your name because we have all the documents that prove certain things. So we're not afraid. We're only afraid for our lives because we know that we make you upset. But go jump. Because we are busy here. We are separating this from a court process because the court process will have to be dealt with in that particular way. Here's what we say. We are going to explore whether it is necessary for us to appeal this. But I think it's important for all of you guys to understand that the court arrived at a particular decision, and that decision was not based on the merits of both parties. So not all arguments are there. So the court had an obligation to act on what we had there, what it was in front of it, and we are okay with it. We will explore what we need to do next. But here's our truth. Our truth is that what we say is truth. And we're not saying that anybody is wrong. We're not saying the court is wrong. We are saying that when we sit here, and I'm talking about all other matters, I'm saying that when we sit here, we will always make sure that the things that we say are factual. But there's a process that needs to be taken. If we are appealing the matter, we will let you know. We will ideally, and the attorneys are sitting there and talking about it now, and we should decide how we move forward. But the struggle continues. In the meantime, while we're working with the legalities and the legalities and all of these heavy things, let's just make sure that we hold these people accountable, especially these that are providing us with a service every day. From me to you, I'm saying peace, and peace is from me, and to you, light is for you. I am done. I'm out.